Hi guys, welcome to the Teaching and Learning. Today lesson 24 Pedagogy Questions and Answers. In this video I'll share some more tips and techniques to respond the pedagogy questions. It's not about the TLS, it's about all the exams uh, for the teaching throughout the subcontinent, throughout the Middle East or anywhere. I believe that knowledge, information are the important, but at the same time, logic and reasons plays very important role in attempting exam or test or any kind of the assessment procedures. It's a good to know about the subject and course. It's a good to having information about the subject and course. It's a good to memorize some information, dates, and the names of the writers' theories. But sometimes logic and reason really matters to answer the question. So in these lessons, I'm trying uh, to break these component and element that needs more focus while you are attempting the exam. So in this lesson, I want to share the some logical points while you are answering or attempting the pedagogy test. So watch this video till the end of the slide and look at this. Answers are very clearly written. It's not a tough, it's not a hard, but we have to spend a little bit more time while we are reading the question. So what are the logical points in this video I'm going to share with you? So stay with me. Now the first one, you can see the question on your screen. Which of the following statement is true regarding the use of classroom walls to display information and student work? What we do in the school, we display, we assign the bulletin boards, we assign the smart boards to display the students' work. If you have observed that throughout the all schools there's a particular area to assign in each classroom for each subjects to hang or display the students' work. Why it is so? That they can encourage, they can assess, they can observe the students' skills. And it's also the encouragement of other students to be more competitive and give a boost of the positive jealousy in order to get a good output from all students, and they can show the best reflection on each subject. Now the question is talking about that display the information or a student's work. And these answers are related that how much area we required to display the work. Now this is the very thing. Do we need the whole school's wall to display the work, or we need the specific area? First you have to think about logically. We don't have to look the answers. Do we need all the walls? How the school look like then? So we don't need all the walls in the classroom or throughout the schools. We need the areas on the walls to display the particular work and which looks good and which attracts towards the visitors, which attracts towards the observers, which looks smart and which uh, enhance the beauty of the school. So what are the options? Let's see that we agree that we don't need the all schools to, or all the walls to hang or make it spoily. Number one, classroom walls should not be used to display the information. What do you think as a teacher? Remove this answer, right? It is recommended to use all the classroom walls. What do you think? All the classroom walls, right? Question says all the classroom walls to present the information and students' work. remove this one. Why we have to use all the walls? Second, it is preferable to use all the classroom walls to display the information that is important for the students only. Now, look at this point here. Students only. And the end point says that it's important. Why it's important for the students only? I'm highlighting. And why it's prefer? Why the word we use prefer? No, it's not. So it is a little bit relevant, but it's not accurate answer. Second, only a part of the classroom walls should be used to display the information and student work. Why? In order to avoid the risk of fire spreading. That's the true answer. Because we hang the papers if there's any, because health and safety is also important for the children. So if you're going to hang the papers and walls, okay, that's another reason. If there's a fire, so fire, you can, it's paper takes fire quickly. So that is answer. And the second thing, if you are using the whole walls to hang the students' work, that how it look like. It will be messy. That is another option. So first part is very clear. Only a part of the classroom walls should be used to display the information and the student work. Now, this is the logic point, okay, that while you are reading the answers, you have to check it out that why, if I'm using, even if you are decorating your house, okay, if you're gonna put the papers and everything, okay, on the walls, okay, how it look like. So this is a general concept. It's logic, something that you have to use while you are attempting the exams. So for these questions, we don't need the information or a knowledge, because you will not be finding any answer like that. Okay, that okay. Oh, I have to use that the 4 by 4, 4 by 10 by 4, or something to This is something that reasonable answer which makes sense. Good. Let's see to the next. Now here, in this question number 2, it's about the progress, yeah, performance. The graph below, these are the copied from the pedagogy TLS questions, okay? The graph below shows students' progress against performance level. Against these lines, these colors are showing the performance of the students. Which students? Gifted students, upper middle class, lower middle class, special needs students. Progress is in 4 categories: gifted students, upper middle levels, lower middle level students, and students with a special learning needs. Now, which category of student has made the most progress? Now, if you have these type of the program, the questions like a bar chart, line chart, you have to be careful and you have to measure the progress from line to line, step to step. Now, if you're gonna see here, this one, the blue color, which shows the gifted students. Now, the gifted, suppose 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is the progress step. Okay, this is the one. It shows from this line between 5 and 6. So it will be hardly zero point 0.5 or something like that. We cannot say that this line is up, so this progress, the highest progress, okay. We will be measuring between the lines. So between 5 lines, from 5 to 6, the progress, even it's a zero point 0.5, less than 0.5, it will be 0.4 or something like that. Because this is the scale which shows the progress of between 5 and 6, and between 5 and 6 the scale is 1. So from 1, how much it progress? Nearly 0.4. Similarly, so 0.4 to 5, it's a hardly 0.7 or something. However, the another one, this is a yellow color, is upper middle class. However, the lower middle level, from 2 to 3, but it starts from the middle of the 0.5 to nearly 3, so it will be hardly 0.4. However, the special needs students from 1 till 2 till 3. So the progress, you can see this green line which moves from 1 to 3, right? From 1 to 3. Now make sure that you don't have to observe or answer the questions based on the line's position. If you're going to go through the line's position, then the blue color's line is on the top. So everything on the top doesn't mean that is the highest rank. You have to check the flow of the line, the progress patterns of these lines. So the progress pattern of the growing, okay, which gradually increases from 1 to 3. However, the rest are from which starts from middle of the nearly middle of the 2, okay, and ends just below the 3, and similarly 4 and similarly 5. So the progress which is between these lines is less than 1. However, the progress of the special students, you can see here, which starts from 1 and ends from 3. So point is that every above line, or every the line which kept on the top, doesn't mean that that is the highest progress. You have to check the pattern of that line, that how the progress is going to increasing, what is the starting point and what is the ending point, and calculate the distance of the line between start and ending point. If you want to check the progress, measure the origin and ending point and calculate the distance. If you're going to measure the origin point of for each group or each category of the students, you will be clearly identify that which level made the good progress, right? So this is the special here. The students with the special learning needs made the good progress. So A is the answer for that. So be careful. Now question number 3 and the last question of today's videos. Which of the following statement best describe the blended learning? Now the blended learning concept now famous in these days due to the COVID-19, and the e-learning concept also became famous during the COVID-19. So this term has been used cohesively in education, blended learning, and blended learning, which is, means mixed learning. And mixed learning means one is the online learning and another one is the traditional learning. So, for example, your students in a week they are taking 2 days of classes face to face and 3 days of uh, what we call online classes. That is called the blended learning. Or if you have divided your students in 2 groups, okay, A and B, A is taking online classes and B is taking the traditional classes, that is also blended learning. Mix up means online and face-to-face learning. So blended is the mix or integration learning of with the face-to-face learning. So you can see here, uh, teaching a range of subject together at the same time. So this is a close relation, okay, that means that a mix up of the uh, learning. But here we are talking about the teaching, we are not about learning. So blended learning doesn't mean that you have to mix the subject and teach it together, okay. Integration e-learning with the traditional learning, as I have mentioned, that if you have a one class and you have divided into 2 sections or 3 sections, A and B, some of them they are taking, A is taking online, B is taking face-to-face learning, that's a blended learning. Or 2 days they are taking online and 3 days they are taking face-to-face, that's a blended learning. So that's one. Combine self-education and direct education. Now see, these two answers, they doesn't make sense. So mostly 2 questions or 2 answers of each question in pedagogy, they doesn't have any relevancy or connection with the question. Combine self-education and direct education. We don't have that concept, okay. And combining teaching skills, attitude, and values together. So this is not a teaching. This is can be the teaching skills, attitude, and values. These are not the blended teaching, okay. Now these can be teaching strategies, values if you are integrating, okay, and attitudes, okay. So these can be styles, okay, the way teacher teaches or combines these together, but it cannot be a blended teaching like that one. So, guys, these were the some logic and reason while you are or when you are answering the pedagogy questions. I hope these will be very useful to you, and it will help you to attempt the pedagogy exams. Thank you so much. We'll be meeting in the next lesson with the new tips and techniques. Till the bye, stay blessed. Thank you so much for your appreciation and your kindness and your love. My humble request, keep subscribing this channel, and your comments will be highly appreciated. If you have any suggestions, please feel free.